Hey, hi, welcome guys. Welcome back to our channel, which is Fiveron. Today we are going to see some of the idiot techniques which we are supposed to use before going to apply any kind of machine learning algorithm. So in the last session, what we had discussed the linear regression. We took a very simple data set, and on the top of the data set, we apply our linear regressions, and we had seen what are the problem we faced with when we applied the linear regression algorithms, and also we try to overcome that kind of problem with the help of the ridge and lasso regressions. So today I'm going to discuss something kind of idiot techniques. So there is a lot of techniques. If you will go in depth of the idiot techniques, it will never get end. So what are the techniques you have to perform that no one knows? But yes, for sure, as per my experience, what are the major kind of idiot techniques we are using right now? So that are the techniques I'm going to discuss in this video. Hope you will enjoy this video. So first idiot techniques we are going to discuss, like this one, box plot and you can say outlier identification. What is this basically? What the things we are going to deal here? Outlier, what is the use of outlier? Basically, before going to deal with the outlier, I would like to give the better insight of the outlier. What is the outlier and how it is going to impact to our machine learning algorithm or our data set. Okay, let's suppose I'm staying a place where the average income, let's suppose I am staying in one community, and there I can say there is the population of this area is around you can say 500. Okay, so on an average, I did one analysis and I found on an average income of each person is around 20k. Means in this locality name is A, and this locality containing 500 people there, and on an average each people having income of 20k, right? So that's up to this is fine, no worry, no problem. Let's suppose after 2 days or 3 days, Shahrukh Khan came into this locality and he took one apartment there, and his income, I don't know what I can say, his income is around 5 crore. You can just imagine, just it's a kind of for understanding purpose I took this. So I just took his income, monthly income you can say. So 5 crore he having monthly income. Now I'm trying to analyze the same data with on the top of this 100 people. So I am getting on an average income of each people is around 70k. Is it correct analysis? Is everyone is getting this 70k per month? No, right? Due to this Shahrukh Khan only, each people are earning 70k. On an average, people are earning the 70k. But actually the 70k is not an average income of each person, right? Average income is what? 20k. So our analysis will be get wrong, right? Due to this Shahrukh Khan. If we will remove the Shahrukh Khan, then again my analysis will be correct. Got it? So this Shahrukh Khan, don't you think so Shahrukh Khan is treating as an abnormal behavior to predict my analysis? So this Shahrukh Khan is known as outlier in this case, right? So we have to remove the Shahrukh Khan, and then only we have to do the analysis, because due to the one person, we are going to give the wrong information to our community. Means due to only Shahrukh Khan, we are spoiling the income of 100 peoples, right? So in order to overcome, we have to remove the outlier. Got it? So what is the use of outlier? How it is going to impact to our analysis that you had seen? Sometimes you might be asked a good question like so in which case we have to remove the outlier? Means every time we should remove the outlier, or we have to incorporate? See, again I am saying it's based on the situation. You have to remove the outlier, or you have to incorporate in our data set. So in this situation, we are analyzing our average income of the people of our locality. But sometime you might be analyze the we have to analyze the 5 top most income people, right? Top most income people. So in that case, if you remove the Shahrukh Khan, then we can skip our analysis, and we can means we lose our important information. So in that case, Shahrukh Khan will play a vital role. But in this analysis, we have to remove the Shahrukh Khan. So sometime outlier is very important. Sometime outlier we have to remove. Hope you got the clear picture about this outlier. Now, how to detect the outlier? My question is how to detect the outlier. Let's suppose this is the, you can say, I am saying that means this is the marks marks captured by the each student, right? How many students we have right now? 2, 12, 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 students we having, and we capture their marks, right? And why have to identify which student, means what is the outlier for this? So in order to identify the outlier, there is so many approach are there, but I am going with the very popular approach, which is known as the box and whisker plot. What is box and what is whisker, we will see in a while. Okay, and also we will see after this video, or I guess in the next video, I'll incorporate how to do this kind of thing with the Python code, right? So first you capture the marks of each student. Now what is the next step? Next step, arrange the data into the ascending order. Means smaller one you have to keep first, then arrange the data into the ascending order. Then third, in the second step, what you have to do, you have to calculate the median. How we are calculating the median, that you know, in my stats class we had discussed. Again, I'm recapitulating because it's not a big deal. So you have to point a middle number of the data set. So in this case 22 is the middle point of my data set, so 22 will be median. Now you have to point lower quantile and upper quantile. What is the lower quantile? Whatever data is coming under the left of the median, that is coming under the lower value, and whatever data is coming under the right section of the median, that is known as the upper. Now we have to find the middle value of this lower quantile. So this middle value is 12, right? And upper value means in case of upper data set, what is the middle value of that? That is 36. Now this is known as this 12 and 36 is known as the lower quantile and upper quantile. We found three things. First thing what you have to do, you have to arrange your data set into the ascending order. Then you have to capture the median value. Then we have to distribute our data set into two parts. One lower value, another is upper value. Inside of lower data set, you have to find again median, and inside upper value of data set, you have to find the median value, and that median value will known as the lower quantile, upper quantile. Once you capture these three things, what you have to do the next? So once you capture these things, so next you have to do one more thing here. So just go down. So you just plot a number line, which we already knows in, I guess in class 7 or 8 we did, right? In class 7 and 8 we used to make a number line, and try to plot that numbers, whatever numbers we found. Try to plot that numbers, whatever numbers we found. What the numbers we found? 22 is the median value, lower quantile is the 12, and upper quantile is the 36, right? No doubt at all, no doubt. We found these three things. Now try to plot these numbers on a number plate, on a number line. So what 12 is there, 25 will 12, and after that 22, median is 22. So just I draw this line. If you want highlighting, then you can see this is my lower quantile, this is my median, this is my upper quantile. Got it? Now this three line we had drawn. Now next, what is the thing? Now we are going to do one more thing. We are going to draw a box there. So what we are going to do, we just add all this through two line. 1 minute. Okay, just draw this line like this. So we made a box. This is the box, like this we did in step 5. What is saying? Join the lines from the lower quantile and upper quantile from a box, right? So we did this box plotting has done, right? So whatever data is coming under this box, so whatever data is coming under this box, let's see first it's a 12 to 36, right? What are the things are coming? 12 to 36, 12, 14, 15, 22, 25, 20, 30, and 36. This many data will come under this box. If you can see this box, under this box, that data will come. So this will be the box. Now what is the things? Draw a line from the smallest value 5 to the left side of the box, and draw the line from the right side of the box to the biggest. So what is the smallest number here? 5. and what is the maximum number is 53. Now what we are going to do, we are trying to draw a line here from here to the box till box. So you can see here, see from 5 I drawn one line, and what is my maximum number of this data set? 53. I draw this line. So this is known as the box and this is known as the whisker. So hope you understood the box and whisker plot, how we are going to draw the box and whisker. Now once you are able to draw this box and whisker plot, now next what the things is going to do, now next we are going to deal with one important parameter which is known as the IQR. What is the IQR? This is nothing else, it's known as the interquartile range. See, whatever things is coming under this box, that is known as the IQR. That is known as the IQR. And what the things is there? It is a median, right? It is a median. And whatever things is coming under this portion, this is known as the lower whisker. This is nothing else, this is the whisker and this is the box. Now what the value will be, this line length, what the length should be? So length should be Q1. This is nothing else, this is known as the Q1, this is known as the Q3, right? This is known as the Q3. So this is known as the Q1, this is known as the Q3. So what is this value, this line length? What should be this line length? This line length should be Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR. So what is 1.5? That no need to worry, just remind. So this whisker lower means whisker left box left side whisker length should always be Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR. So in case of Q1, here what is the Q1? Here Q1 is 12 and Q3 is 36, right? If you can see, go upside and you can find it out, right? So now I got this line length. Similarly, if you want to capture the length of this this whisker, which is situated at the right of this my box plot, so how you can calculate? Q3 plus 1.5 into IQR, okay, into IQR, right? So similar way you can calculate the Q3, and whatever data will come out of this range, that will treat as a outlier. Hope you understood what is outlier, how to detect the outlier, and how to plot the box plot, whisker box and whisker plot, how to do all those things. Hope you got a clear picture about this mathematics behind of that. In the next video, we will show you how to write a Python code to detect the outlier, right? Hope you enjoyed this session. If you enjoyed, really like this video, then please do like, subscribe and comment. If I missed something, then please comment over the section. Thank you for watching.